The Tale of Chestnut, the Proud Horse. Once upon a time, a beautiful horse named Chestnut lived in the lush meadows of Green Valley. Chestnut had a shiny chestnut coat that gleamed in the sunlight and a mane that flowed like silk. She was the fastest and strongest horse in the entire valley, and she knew it. But Chestnut had one big flaw. She was very proud and often looked down on others. Every morning, Chestnut would gallop across the meadows, showing off her speed and grace. "Look at me," she would neigh. "I'm the best horse in Green Valley." The other horses admired her beauty and strength, but they grew tired of her constant boasting. Among them was a small, timid pony named Rusty, who looked up to Chestnut but felt hurt by her arrogance. One day, news spread throughout the valley about the upcoming annual Great Race through Whispering Woods. This race wasn't just about speed, it was about teamwork and kindness. All the horses highly anticipated the event, and everyone was excited to participate. Chestnut smirked at the news. "Teamwork? Kindness? I don't need those. I'll win on my own," she boasted confidently. As the day of the race approached, all the horses trained hard. They ran through meadows, practiced their stamina, and built their strength. Chestnut, however, continued to train alone, believing she didn't need anyone's help. She spent hours daily running by herself, convinced that her speed and strength would guarantee her victory. On the other hand, Rusty formed a team with his friends, encouraging each other and practicing together. They shared tips, helped each other improve, and built a strong camaraderie. Finally, the day of the great race arrived. The horses lined up at the starting point, their hearts pounding with excitement. Chestnut stood tall and confident, while Rusty and his team huddled for a last-minute pep talk. The atmosphere was electric, with the sound of hooves stamping the ground and the chatter of excited spectators. "On your marks, get set, go," the starter called out, and the race began. Chestnut shot off like an arrow, her hooves pounding the ground as she swiftly moved ahead of the others. The initial part of the race took place in an open field, and Chestnut easily took the lead. She glanced back and saw the other horses trailing behind, which made her even more confident. But as the race progressed, the path became rocky and challenging. Chestnut found herself in a dense part of the forest, where the trees stood close together and the ground was uneven. The Whispering Woods were known for their tricky terrain, and this part of the race tested every horse's agility and resilience. Ignoring the difficulties, Chestnut pushed forward, determined to maintain her lead. Suddenly, she stumbled over a hidden root and fell hard. Her leg throbbed with pain, and she realized she couldn't continue on her own. She tried to get up, but the pain was too intense, and she began to feel a sense of despair. Meanwhile, Rusty and his team approached the same area. Seeing Chestnut in trouble, Rusty hesitated for a moment. He remembered all the times Chestnut had been unkind, but his heart told him to help. He couldn't leave her behind, even if she had always been proud and boastful. "Come on, everyone, let's help Chestnut," Rusty called out to his team. Rusty's team carefully helped Chestnut to her feet. They worked together to support her and guided her through the difficult part of the forest. With their help, Chestnut made it to the finish line, albeit not in first place. Rusty and his team also crossed the line together, not caring about winning, but happy to have helped a friend in need. Chestnut hung her head in shame. "I'm sorry for being so proud and unkind," she told Rusty and his friends. "Thank you for helping me. I couldn't have finished without you." Rusty smiled. "We all need each other, Chestnut. It's not about being the best alone, but being the best together." For Chestnut, changing her ways wasn't easy. At first, she struggled with her old habits of boasting and showing off. She found it difficult to accept help and to offer it in return. But the memory of Rusty and his team helping her stayed with her, and she slowly began to change. There were times when she would start to boast, but then she would remember the pain of being alone and helpless in the forest. She began to practice humility, learning to listen to others and appreciate their strengths. It was a slow process, with many setbacks, but she persevered. Rusty and the other horses noticed her efforts and supported her. They invited her to their training sessions and included her in their games. Chestnut started to enjoy the community and the joy of working together. She realized that true strength came from unity and kindness. Over time, Chestnut's transformation became evident. she became humble and kind, always ready to help others and work as a team. The horses of Green Valley admired her even more, not just for her beauty and strength, but for her big heart and willingness to change. And so Chestnut learned that true greatness comes from humility and kindness, and she lived happily with her friends in the beautiful meadows of Green Valley. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to see more stories like this. See you all in the next one.